Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, JNMIL told my husband they haven't bought anything for our baby because we put an $800 stroller/car seat on our registry. Two-face MIL. MIL always asking my so if I hate her. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. JNMIL told my husband they haven't bought anything for our baby because we put an $800 stroller/car seat on our registry. I don't know what to even think anymore. In-laws are upset with us for not having a baby shower. We wanted one and JNMIL offered to throw us one but expected my mother, who is in poor health, to host it at her house when she couldn't, and just dropped it on my husband that they think our registry is outrageous and they haven't bought anything from it because they can't afford an $800 stroller. Neither can we. We ended up getting a much cheaper one because we thought maybe family would buy some of the essentials like onesies or diapers, the cheaper stuff, so we could splurge on the bigger stuff. Husband also told in-laws when our induction date would be so we could maybe schedule some time for them to visit us, and JNMIL is now planning to be out of town to see her bio mom, who she literally despises, during the exact weekend that we're having baby because they are upset that we don't want visitors at the hospital. My birth is most likely not going to be an easy one. I have gestational hypertension and baby is measuring huge. I may end up needing to be at the hospital for a couple of days after. Plus they live 15 minutes down the road, so it's not like they can't visit whenever. I have no idea what to even say to them at this point. I've mostly just let my husband do the talking with them, but it's stressing him out badly. They gave you a very nice gift of being out of town. The extra pitiful part is, I don't think FIL is even going with JNMIL to see her dying mother. He hates her family, and they hate him. He's just going to be by himself at home and ignoring his son, my husband, as he usually does, and not supporting his wife through a difficult time. But MIL is expecting me to invite them to the hospital right after I give birth? Like, what? They of all people should understand rocky relationships with your in-laws. Let me try my MIL translator out here. All we wanted to do was buy the most expensive thing on the registry and show it off to all my friends and family, while your mom does all the work, but we can't actually afford $800, but we can't let anyone know that we can't afford it, so there's no point in buying anything. Which of course, is your fault, so I have to punish you with my absence. I would count my blessings. Let Mil play petty. She's missing out and you get peace and quiet and don't have to entertain her. Win. 100%. I'm secretly kind of glad she'll be out of town. His parents like to play dumb, but they know what they're doing. I'd rather have just my bio mom at the hospital and husband and no one else. Just came here to put your mind at ease about having a massive baby. My two LOs were both gigantic. My last LO was record-breaking size, like the nurses kept coming into my recovery room to see the incredible hulk of babies, and yet no tearing or anything. You can totally do this. And boo-hoo to your MIL with her, we can't afford an $800 stroller. She obviously can't afford to be nice either. She could have just as easily bought something small off the registry as a token if they couldn't afford anything else, but decided it was easier to just make you feel bad. I'm sorry you haven't got supportive in-laws. Please look at this as a gift ultimately and tell him to drop the issue with them. They don't want to be there, so tell him to stop making them try and be something they aren't, warm, living supportive parents. It might hurt, but the main priority is you and your baby. They won't be there to stress you out. Drop the rope, he doesn't need to say anything else to them. I've certainly tried to convince him of this, but as most people do, he just wants approval, peace, and love from his family. I don't think he'll ever give up trying to make amends with them because he's just that guy that tries to be the bigger person and better man. I'm certainly not going out of my way to be nice anymore. And I'm not going out of my way to visit or talk to them anymore. If they want to see my baby, they can schedule a time that works for me. Honestly, who cares that they did not buy off your registry? There is no obligation, nor should you care if they leave town the weekend that you are giving birth, since you don't want them at the hospital. Count your blessing that they won't try to get in winking face. Enjoy your last bit of pregnancy and ignore them. If your husband's parents are adding stress to your life, then why not go radio silent until about 2 weeks after the baby has been home? Let them contact you and ask when it would be a good time to visit. And for dog's sake, 1. If anyone in DH's family has a set of your house key, get the locks changed and don't give any of the a set of the new ones. 2. Keep your door locked and do not answer it if you don't want company. Wishing you and the baby a smooth, swift, under the circumstances, and safe delivery. Take her being out of town as a gift. You can focus on the birth. You are growing a child, you focus on that. Let your husband manage his parents, support him without adding to your own stresses. They didn't buy you a gift, it shows you what kind of people they are, and you can expect them to make excuses for their poor behavior. They let you down with the baby shower, you now know not to rely on them to do anything important for you. If they offer in future even the smallest help, no thanks, we've got this. You're absolutely right. I've tried to be nice to them, it's just never enough. JustNoMil is kind of one of those emotional incest type of moms to a small degree with my husband, I believe. And now that I'm the wife and mother of his child, I'm just never going to be good enough, and she will forever guilt him for leaving her behind. Oh well. Two-Face MIL. Beings that I am in the thick of it with MIL, having events recently occur that finally led us to NC, hallelujah, all of the chaos is heavy on my mind, and I figured I would share it all here. Recently DH and I have decided to go NC with MIL. There have been numerous events that led us to reach this conclusion, with one of the main reasons being her undying obsession and favoritism towards DH's youngest sister. This favoritism has spread beyond the siblings and is now obvious in the way she was treating our children compared to favorite SIL's child. DH's older sister has also been considering going NC or LC based on the favoritism as well. We no longer speak to MIL, but older SIL does. She can't accept her mom's blatant narcissism and is desperately trying to mend the relationship by trying to get MIL into counseling. DH's birthday just passed, and while he has blocked MIL, apparently he can still receive voicemails from her, although the call doesn't go through. He listened to the voicemail in which MIL was being extra sweet and saying how she is so sad that we cut her off, completely avoiding any responsibility or apologizing for her actions in true narc fashion. Either way, she was super sweet and sounded genuinely upset. We knew it was love bombing and got confirmation later. The next day, older SIL contacts DH to tell him about the message MIL just sent her. In the message she calls DH nasty names, accuses them of extreme jealousy, saying that both DH and SIL have problems and she is going to do everything in her power to continue supporting and helping little sister. The message was outright cruel, accusing DH of being sickening and jealous, and she is actually happy that they aren't speaking because he is in the wrong and she is downright scared of him. What? Literally within a 24-hour period she told DH how much she loved and missed him, then also called him names, said he was sickening and jealous, and said she was scared of him. This lady is bonkers, and it doesn't end here. The way she communicates with each sibling is entirely different. It's almost like her personality switches depending on who she is talking to. Sorry to not be totally supportive, but I think you mean three-face MIL, since she probably shows each sibling a different one. Seriously, good luck with no contact. You sound like you have a sound understanding of what's going on, and that's impressive. She probably has more than 3 faces. In all honesty, I have a feeling she creates a different persona for everyone she knows. I do recognize this as triangulation though, because she has a history of talking bad about older SIL to DH and I, then also gossiping about DH and I to older SIL. It's pretty sickening and pretty safe to assume that she talks trash on both older SIL and DH to the queen, youngest SIL, of whom she has never spoken even a negative word. The naughty part of me just wants you to put all three siblings in a room with their mom, and record the results after introducing the subject of how mom treats me. I bet you could make a fortune selling tickets. Congrats on the NC. Stay strong. I feel sorry for youngest SIL. You would think anyone could see that the treatment of the scapegoats was wrong and the relationships between any and all of them was unhealthy, but, no. They've been so brainwashed by the just know that they believe up is down, and you have to wonder how skewed their perceptions are in other areas. Protect your kids at any cost. Growing up unwanted is such a terrible feeling and causes so much damage. There will be a lot of pushback. For unknown reasons your JustNoMil needs someone to target, and while that used to be DH, it's now transferred to the kiddos. They like to sow division. Divide and conquer. MIL always asking my so if I hate her. Okay, so yeah, pretty much. BUUT, she does it over tiny little things. She went on a trip to NYC. She got me a 50-cent postcard. I accidentally forgot it at her house. Next day, she asked my husband if I hate the postcard, and if I hate her because I left it there. Girl. First of all, I have memory loss. Everyone knows this. It's something I struggle with every day. So I'm sorry I forgot something so small with no significance. Secondly, I discovered that she stacked clothes on top of it. So sorry I forgot it because you basically hid it. Also, if I don't eat her food, she asks my husband if I hate her. In reality, her food is disgusting and her chicken is always slimy. It makes me gag. I've never liked a single thing she has ever made. She doesn't even use salt or pepper. She thinks my world revolves around her. I swear. Or if husband is dropping something off, if I don't go inside, it's apparently because I hate her. At this point, I purposely don't go in just so she can wonder. I'm so tired of this. I feel like she's trying to cause issues. I know she is. What to do? Edit. Husband knows she is crazy. He tells her all the time too. He doesn't notice some things, and I think it's just because he's a man, and doesn't think and act in more savvy ways like women, lol. So he sees like 80% of things. I tell him the other 20% of sh*t she does, and he acknowledges it, and apologizes for it to me. And always tells MIL that it's not okay. It's okay to hate someone and to say so. These MILs have nothing to do, and that is why they have the time to cook this sh*t up in their head and in real life. The fact that she stacked clothes on top of the postcard she later whined about is insane. She seems very manipulative. Why is she so eager on convincing your husband you hate her? What is her end goal and what is she getting at? I would agree that she is just trying to cause issues. So you forgot one postcard that she hid. You don't sound like you've been impolite. She literally wants you to worship the ground she walks on. Also, she seems like she is never going to be satisfied regardless. She's just one of those MILs that likes to nitpick things. What does your husband think about this? How does your husband handle this? Does he reassure and praise her? If so, that's why. It sounds like y'all are both passive-aggressive and don't like each other. Would I ever tell her? Probably not. Maybe just say we're really different people who love the same person and we can work around it for the sake of peace. I think it shows she wants your approval, and in a way it's better than dealing with an actual monster-in-law. So I'd say you don't have it too bad, just don't dwell on the little things and maybe make an effort to get along, especially if kids come along later on. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.